Can you please confirm? Are you able to see my screen? Hello. Are you able to see my screen? Can we start?
Yes.
Okay. So last time we discussed this one, section 11. So in that we discuss all the enums and what is enum, how we are creating enum and all. So today we'll discuss new topic, that is assert. So in Java also we have a assert concept. So what is assert in Java? So first we will check the theoretical part, assert in Java. So if we'll go here, W3 is cool. Java. Mostly here assert, just to show you this one, assert in W3 school. So this is a part of Java concept where we can see this assert. It's like here. WSERT assert in Java. Cert is it's not coming, but cert is mostly allowing the testing. So while we do any testing so of programming to check this conditions, either this condition is true or false, in that cases we are checking this assert. So assert, we have a multiple things are there, assert, verify, assert, test and all. So we have a multiple statement is there, assert. So that we will check in this, like while we are doing any testings, in that time we will check the multiples assert. So if you'll go here somewhere, assert will have assert is mostly we are using for the testing purpose in this programming. It's not come. So here we have a stack overflow, what is assertion in Java, and when you should they be used. So in this assertion, see, assertion is a keyword which is added in Java 1.4, and they used to verify this correctness of an invariant in the code. Like they should never be triggered in a production's code, but it or they indicate the bug or misuse the code path, so they activated running by the way this options, so Java command, but not in this. So mostly we will check this by using assert is a keyword in Java which we have to assertion. Through that we are checking the conditions, either this is false or true, or while we are verifying some test cases and all. So either we have a assert a result either true or false, or we need to verify these conditions and all. In that cases we will use a assert. So in this example you can see like public foo is a, this method is there acquired foo. Here integer type of id they are passing, and inside that what they are doing, foo result id. So this id as a integer type is greater than 50, then this condition will be printed, or else this conditions, if false then this conditions will be printed. If greater than 50 will be satisfied, so this is a terminational operators. So we can say like once the conditions will be satisfied, then first will be executed, else not, then second will be executed. So here this will be, and here what we are checking, if assert. So by using assertion we have a assert keyword. So by using assert keyword we need to check this result is not equal to null. If so assert keyword always will give the result either true or false. So whatever the result is coming from this, so is the null or not, so not equal to null. So if not, is this value is not equal to null. If yes, then this will be print, this result will be print, so return result will be printed. So like that mostly we are seeing this assert. So in Java, section 14 src is the package. So we created section 14.src here in this line number 1. Now we have a class A. So in class A we have a main method. Inside this main method we are printing SOP of I. Now we are checking assert false. So if assert false means this conditions won't be executed, only the first statement will be executed, and assert false means the statement will be terminated from there. So assert always will give this either true or false. So in that cases, if assert false, yeah, this is assert false, so we mentioned, but after this SOP is there, so that is printed. So in that cases SOP first will be printed and assert is false, so statement is terminated here, and then SOP is this one is there, so this one will be called. So both SOP will be printed in this case. We will see here in detail like how it is working assert. 2-3 program we will see, so that understand, because mostly assert is used for the testing purpose, so that's why we use. So here we have a class B inside main method. This is a section 14.src is a package. We have a main method, inside that SOP of 1 is there, and after that we are passing int I equal to 0, and then assert. In assert is a part of assertion concept where assert keyword is there. So this will be check the condition either true or false. So I is greater than 0, so I value is 0, so 0 is greater than 0, not, this is false. Why? Because 0 is I value is 0, and where we are checking greater than 0, so this is false statement. So once false statement, so that is fine. Assert will give either true or false statement. So if true is fine, or if false, then that will be terminated here. But this SOP is there, so this SOP 1 and 2 will be printed in this case. Both SOP will be printed, but this condition has false, so this condition will check and it will be the false. So this is the main method. Inside this SOP is printed, and by default what they mention, assert as a true, means this condition is satisfying as a true. But first statement in Java A.Java, assert was a false, so we can make as a false or true value, so directly we can make as a false here. And in B.Java we have put it the conditions, either is true or false. If true means this true will be printed, or false, so this condition is not satisfied, so that will be false. In this case directly we put it as a true here, so the output will be both 1 and 2 will be there, but assert as a true is there. So if you see here this, so 1 and 2 is the SOP, because whatever SOP we are printing, that will be executed always. And in this case we have a main method SOP. again we are doing int I equal to 0, and what we are doing in assert I equal to 0. So assert value of I is 0, right? So 0 means here 0 will become I value, and 0 equal to 0. Yeah, that is condition satisfied, means the by default assert is a true. The output will be 1 and 2 both, because SOP is there. But conditions, assert always will give this true or false condition statement. So here main method SOP of 1 is there. See, in assert what we are doing, assert we are passing false here, means assert condition as a false is there, and after that we are showing error occurred if any message if you want to print. So in this, after this symbol you can print double quote and then message, but after that semicolon. So what will happen once this will be executed, assert is by default as a false, and in this cases both SOP will be printed. So here we have a this one. So this, in this case what we have, assert is a false, and after that some 1000 is there. So this 1000 means that value as assigned as a false assert, and this 1000 is there. In this case what was there, assert value some as error occurred error is there. So suppose if you print this, then error occurred is a assert value as assigned here as a false condition. But in this case we have a false statement, assert value as true or false will be there, and for that the assign is 1000 here. So if you run, the SOP will print 1 and 2 will be there, but assert value as a false and 1000 is there. So we'll see like where some examples where we use and how this will be executed. This is a small topic which is coming from this Java testing. So assert we are using to test this some scenarios in Java testing. So this is main method. Inside this we have SOP1 and 2, but assert value is false and some value we are assigning as a false here. So assert by default value is false, and this we are assigning as a false. This is have main method. Inside main method SOP1 will be printed, then we have assert false, and inside that they are executing some test method. So that is also fine. Assert test as a assert false is there. So and they are calling some test method here. So what will happen, assert will call this test method, and this is integer type, so static int this test. So we need to check this method. So we have a SOP, so this will be printed, and after that integer type, so 100 will be passed in this return, and this SOP will printed line number 8. So if you run here this, so here SOP of 1 and then assert false is there. So this test method will be executed, in that this done, but so this, so if you run here as a 2, this is a 3, this is 4 here, 4. If you run this program, what will happen? Yes, so here 1 and 2 and 3 is coming, 1 2 and 3 is coming, so assert value is false is escaping here. So see what will happen here. In this, whatever we seen, this main method is there. Inside main method, first condition satisfied means SOP1 is printed. Second conditions, by default this is a false here, so assert will give either true or false. So if false, then we are executing inside this test method. So this test method will be executed. Inside that whatever is there, that won't be executed. Why? Because this condition is a false, so their statement will escape, and whatever the next statement will be there, that will be printed. So if you make as a true here, so see the difference. If you make as a true here, so assert value is true means If you run this output, so false has 1 2 3, and here true is also 1 2 3. Why? Because of in this true, if you see here assert as a true, this test method will be called. In test method we have a done, and fourth is there. So 2 and 3 this will be called, but assert is skipping here. Just a minute. So if you'll go for the next one, so next one we have, so in this package assert, so this, so we have SOP, this one fine, there's an assert test one, this test one will be called. So assert test, so this test is by default, we are not sure either true or false, so this test method will be called. So this test method is boolean type, so this boolean type this will be false. So here this return statement as a false, so this will be executed here, and assert will be the false, the output will be 1 and 2. Okay. So in this case we have a main method, SOP is printing, and after that we have a int assert is 10. So this assert value is 10 here, but we are getting some error. Why? Because of invalid variable declaration. Directly we can't add this assert equal to. So assert either we have a true or false, either we can declare as a true or false, or if we have defined this way, this integer type, that is not applicable in this. So you will get a compile time error, and if you are printing this assert value, this will be not printed because this is not correct. We can declare this way, either assert and then test method assert colon, we have to print something, or assert either true false we can declare in that. So this is class J inside this main method, we have this one. So in that cases we will get a compile time error, and this class K, if you run this we will see this assert. So this first we will complete this 4 program, and after that we'll see somewhere where we are using assert. So int I equal to 10 is there, assert we are assigning I equal to 10 here. So in this case also, see what is happening here, cannot be converted into boolean. So this is happening typecasting, byte, short, int, long, float, double is there, right? So this is boolean, so this integer type cannot be converted to the boolean directly because of type casting is mismatch here. So either we have to do explicit typecasting here, then it will be work. Because of assert by default is either boolean type, so either true or false. So if you make it here as a boolean, this is a boolean type here, and this one changed it to cast. So integer to integer, if you make it here, mismatch cannot be converted. We'll see this also. Here what we are doing, true, so this true condition is fine, but so this is a expected is this one. Here we are getting some error. Why? Because of expected is semicolon, but we have printed this this symbols also. So you will get a compile time error, and directly we can't print this assert in SOP because assert default value is true or false. So we can't print this. If true, that will be pass, if false, that will be failed. So you will get a compile time error here. We cannot print assert here SOP. and this way main method we have a assert test. So this test method is there. So this is also conversing is happening like a type conversion. So we have a byte, short, int, long, float, doubles and all this. So in assert we are having by default boolean value will be there because true or false is taking assert. And what we are printing here, this two value. So assert is a either true or false, so this is boolean type, and here we are passing as a test. So this test method will be called here, and this is integer type. So boolean to integer can't convert directly, so in that cases we will get a compile time error. Why? Because of type mismatch, cannot convert from integer to boolean. Why? Because of integer is there, so from boolean we can't convert because boolean is less than. So we have a byte, we have short, then byte, short, long, float, byte, short, int, long, float, double, and byte before that we have a boolean also is there inside that. So from here to integer we are integer to boolean directly can't convert from higher to lower. So for that you have to put this explicit typecasting. So we have a typecasting which will be converted from one form to another form. So implicit is fine, lower to higher, but higher to lower directly can't convert. So in that cases you will get a compile time error, type mismatch, cannot be converted. This is section 4. Here we are doing some assert as a test call. So this test call is also cannot convert from void to boolean. So this test method assert will go for this particular test method, and this test method having void type. So void type means no return type, nothing will be printed, but assert need either something true or false value. So that is not applicable here because that is not a boolean type. So in that cases you are getting compile time error, cannot be converted from void to boolean. So this void cannot be converted from boolean because assert is a boolean type. So he want boolean type value either true or false. So this is main method where we have assert test is there. So this test method will call, and this test method is a void type. So again same error will be there, cannot convert from boolean to void to boolean. And this is main method. Here we have a assert. So see, assert directly we put it here false, and after that the symbols we are calling test method, that is applicable. We can call this way also. So assert value we put it here false, and then we are calling this test method. So this test method will call, and in this test method we have a string type. So SOP is printed and a string they return, so something they are returning. So if you run this program you will get a 1 or 2, 1 and 2, because this statement has executed and this 2 SOP has been printed. If you put here true, in this case what will happen? So this is either true or false will be there. So if you put here is true here, so in this case also 1 and 2 will be printed. But we will see what is assert and mostly how we are using assert. Give me a minute, we'll show you, or we can see in this real examples also. Mostly we are using for the testing purpose. Assert in Java. So we have assertion in Java. Geek for Geeks is also one best website is there. So see here, assertion is a one topic in Java. So an assertion is allowed testing for correctness of any symptoms that you have been made in this program. So an assertion is achieved using assert statement in Java. So by using assert statement we can use a assertion. while executing the assertion it believe it to be true. If it is failed, JVM throw an error, assertion error. So it is mainly used for the testing purpose during the development. So while we are doing a development, in that cases if we need our code or line of codes is executing correct or not, for that cases mostly we are using assert. So assert is part of assertion in Java. So assertion is a one topic. So how this will be calculated? To assert a statement is used with a boolean expression. Boolean expression means either true or false. That can be written in two different way. How it will be written? One is assert. Assert is a keyword and expression and semicolon. And the second way is you can do this way. Assert and then some expression and then this symbol and then again expression 2 that we put it, right? Assert, false, and then test method we call in our real examples. So these two way we can declare assertion. Assertion in Java is a allow for the testing of correctness, and mostly it is used to have achieve this assert statement. By using that we can check either this is true or false. If it is failed, then JVM will throw assertion error. We can declare two ways in assert. Assert expression and semicolon, which we seen many times in our program, and other is assert expression either true, false, something, and then some test method we call in our project. So like that we can do. So if you'll see here example Java program, so this Java program have test and they are checking int value is 15. So assert value greater than equal to 15. So that value is 15 is not greater than equal to 20. So in that cases what is happening? If this statement is false, suppose if this statement is false, first statement is false means second will be underweight. So what will be the value of this? So the value of this is 15 here. So value is 15 is less than value is greater than equal to 20 is false. So assert value is false and underweight. So the output of value is 15 here, and this after enabling the search exception in throw mirror main java.len assert error. So why? Because of we seen this output before, right? 15 was there. So this 15 will be their SOP. Whatever SOP you are there, either true or false conditions, that will be printed, not an issue. But if you enable assertion, so assertion we need to enable somewhere. Why? Because of mostly in production environment assertion will be disabled. So this is used for the testing purpose. So when we have to enable in local or in any environment for the testing purpose, so the assertion, then after that you will get this error. Why? Because 15 is not greater than equal to 20, but we are printing this value of underweight, and in that case you will get a exception in thread main java.len, because assertion is a part of len package. So java.len assertion error underweight. So this is having error, it means. So whatever program we seen before in our here, so we are not getting any errors or issues. If we are doing assert as a false or true, our output was coming like line number 6 was executed, even 8 also was executed. Why? Because of assert was false, but still we executed this line number 8. In this case also, why? Because of my IDEs does not enable assert either enable. So you can enable assert. How you can enable, we will show you later. So if you have any assert test environment, either we have dev, UAT, SIT and all before the production, there we have option. While we are deploying the code, we have to enable the assert, and many options will be coming. So once you enable, in this case, see this, the second program we have a SOP1 as printed. If you run this program, we are printing the SOP of 1 and 2. Output is 1 and 2 is fine. But in this case, what is happening? Here we are getting false here. In line number 8, this is a false condition. Why? Because of I value is 0. So 0 can't be greater than 0. But still we executed this and output we have 1 and 2. Why? If you enable, in that case what will happen? The output will print at 1 and 2, but there will be some errors will come. This assert statement will throw some error like this. So in this case what is happening? We have printed SOP of output as a 15, but if you enable this assertion, in that cases you will get an exception in thread main. So like that same we have if you enable this assertion, then you will get after this SOP of 1 you will get some exception error that won't be print of 2, but if you are not enabling, then SOP 1 2 will be printed. So the same we have in C. So in C, this SOP 1 assert is true. So if you enable this assertion, then both have same output, because by default is condition is satisfying. So once the condition is satisfying, always if you are enabling or if you are disabling the assertion, both have same result. 1 and 2 will be the output in this case. In this case what will happen? I equal to 0. So assert I equal to 0 0 means 0 equal to 0. So this is by default as a true. So once true, then both conditions will be executed, 1 or 2. Either if you are enabling or disabling, no matters in that case. So this one we have SOP 1 assert false. So this is false. So in that cases error occurs. So once the condition says false, if you enable the assert, in that cases you will get some exception, and then there's error will occur. Errors will come. So we have expression 1 and expression 2. Like that also we can print. Two ways we can declare assertion. One is like this, either true, false or something, and semicolon, and second is we have expression 1 have either true, false, and expression 2 which we have call anything. Either we have to print some a string type of parameters, or we can call some methods, So here what we are seeing, the first statement will be executed, and then we have a two expression. First is false and second is 1000. So here by default a statement assert as a false. So if you enable this, then you will get some exception. But if you have disabled the assertion, then you will get a 1 and 2 output. So if you are running here without enabling the assertion, you will get a 1 and 2 output here. For this program, we have a main method SOP of 1 assert false. False is there. So both we have a false condition. Expression 1 is false, expression 2 is false. So in this case, this will 1 and 2. So in this case 1 will be executed, and after that SOP will be printed of 2 also if you are not enabling. And if you enable this assertion, in that cases you will get errors in this line number 7, and then this statement 2 SOP 2 will not execute. Like the same we have class H, we have assertion. This test we are calling this expression 1 and expression 2. So this statement assert is a true, and then after that we are calling some test. So in this test what we have, this assert statement looking for this boolean value true or false. So true is there, means condition is satisfied. This test method has called, and once we test method has called, then this is integer type. So in this integer type we are performing some operation, printing 4 and then returning some value. So and then these two will be called. So if you are printing here, so if you run this program without enabling assertion, so the output is 1 and 2 and 3 is there. So both statement will be executed inside this main method. And if you enable this assertion, then you will get a true. So in this cases this test method also will be called, this will be executed, and then we will see what is the exact output is coming. Like this we have assert test. So this test method, is a boolean type, so that is fine. without enabling or disabling, both will be fine, because here we have assert statement as a test we are calling, and this test method is a boolean type. So boolean type either true and false. So now they are returning as a false, so this will be false. Line number 7 is a false, and 8 statement is a will not be executed once the assert will be enabled, or you will get a some errors in warnings in this line number 7 then 8. So we have a main method. Inside this main method we have a integer. Say like assert only we can declare with two ways, not integer, float and all like this. So see, always start with assert keyword, some expression 1 and expression 2, or else some true false value will be there like this. So we have a two ways declare in assert. This is the first way and this is the second way. Apart from this we have no any other alternative, but here what we are doing, we are putting integer before the assert, that is not applicable. So you will get a compile time error. So this also we have a this is a integer type. So integer here, this is a type mismatch while we are converting from boolean to integer. So this typecasting issue is happening in this case. So this is a main method, assert is true, so that is fine, but directly we can't print this assert. So assert is a keyword we cannot use in SOP, so this will get a error in that case. So assert always, if you enable, then they will put some of the warnings success message or warnings message and all, but you have to enable. So production always assert will be disabled. Only we have to, while we are running or testing the applications which we develop, in that cases we need to check the functionality. So that cases only we are enabling the assert in local testing, in local any dev environment or any testing environment, there we are doing this assert enable. So Java by default assert will be disabled. If you want to enable, either you will go for the property and disable enable this assert. So this is main method. Inside that we have a assert test call. So this test method we have a static integer type method. So this test method we will call, and here we are putting as an integer. So this will be type conversion issue. Can't we convert from integer to boolean? So we seen like typecasting, implicit typecasting, explicit typecasting. So that issue will happen here. And then we have this one. So this also have same issue, because this test method will call, and this is void type. So assert looking either true or false, but here we have a void, means no any value will be there, no return thing. So you will get a compile time error for this. And this have assert test. So this test also have same thing, void type is there, so cannot convert from void to boolean. And this is a second way we are declaring this assert. So assert is true, or expression 1 as a true, expression 2 as a test method call. So it will go for this true, and then test method will be called once you enable the assert, and this test method will have a done, and then ABC will be returned. If you have not enabled, then 1 and 2 will be the output in this case. If you run this program here, and the output is 1 and 2. If you enable the assert, then it will go for the test method before to print, and this SOP will be printed, then return ABC as a string, and then true value on some thing will be printed in that, some SOP will be printed. After that some message will be printed. So like that we are declaring assert in Java. So this is very short topic which we have defined while we are doing for this testing. So what is assert, why we are using, and how many way we can declare this assert. If you open any real project where we have testings related things, so that you will see this assert they are using. So like see, this is the examples. We have a checking int age is 14. We declared as a local variable int age is 14. Now what is assert age? Age means 14. 14 is less than equal to 18. Yes, less than or equal to. So this is satisfy the conditions. So expression first they are checking either true or false. Is less than or 18? Yes, it is less than. So the condition is assert is for true here. And the second expression can't be vote. And SOP is this vote is age. This vote is age is some age will be printed. So age is 14 here. So the output is this vote age is 14 here. And if you enable this assert here, in that case what will happen? So this if condition is true, like if age is less than 14, this condition is true, then it will show like cannot vote. This voter age is cannot be vote or something will be there. So first we have to enable the assert, so that we will check the conditions once you are writing any conditions in or validating your project or validating the particular business logic. In that cases mostly we are verifying the assert. So if you open any project Java guide, if you open any project here, somewhere will have a assert. So mostly in the testing of the development we are using assert. This is a part 1 part 2. Java with React. Assert with Java project here. And, so we have a multiples website is there. If you will go there, you can download any of the source code or project which if you need to check, suppose in this project if we are not using assert here in this program, because we are not using assert. So suppose if you want to see in the real world, so in this real world we have a multiples some sort project is there. So directly you can download this and there we can check the assert. So based on this technology, whatever technology you are looking, either Java or full stack or any others, so there you can download the source code and check the assert where we are using. Or else what you will see, we have a GitHub. So this GitHub source code, so in that also you can find assert. So here they are using some assert. So we can see like based on the Java mostly where we are using assert. Hmm. Assert. So if you find here, so this is the project where we can see this assert somewhere they are using. So if you open in this case, see there, this is the test. Inside this assert we have a test folder or test package is there. They are doing some testing for this application. So they created one application. This is related for these all are the application content is there. So here we have a test. So this test and this is a lib of assert. So if you open this test, then see here assert testing they are doing, and inside that this is related for different technology. So we need to check in Java, but they are checking in the PHP. So if you open here assert.test.php, so they are checking some conditions by using this asserts and all. So in this is PHP related. So here they are checking this, see assertion is there, right? So this assertion either true or false. So this they are checking these conditions. So assert true or something. So in this PHP have declaration is different way, but in this Java we need to check. So search in this GitHub how we are using assert and where. So just you in GitHub you search assert in Java and some all the project will come which is related for the same concept and in Java based. Mostly I search assert, so all this project came with this, but here we have to search with Java assert project. So if you see in here like, so this is assert j is there, but we need to check assert. So like that you can find some examples from there, or you will get, or if you want I can show you that also in our project. Like this is my switches workspace. In this switches workspace we have some real-time project is there. If you open here, so in this project we have a e-commerce based applications which we created. So e-commerce based applications, inside that all those concept mostly we are using. So we will show you that also. Are you able to see this screen? We have a cart control. This is microservice. So this is one microservice is there. Inside that we have a cart information. So cart information like Amazon is there, right? So in Amazon is a one e-commerce based application. So inside that we have one cart like this. So this is a microservice. Cart service microservice is there. So inside cart, whatever the item you are adding and all, so that will be increased by one or categorized based on the items, based on the category, and they will calculate something. So this cart service is there. Cart is a microservice, or this is orders, returns and order is other microservice. This is account and list is other microservice which will take these all modules, whatever is showing your account, your orders and all. Like that we have a multiple microservice will be there. So just I am showing you one cart service. So this cart service having cart information. So once the users will add any items, we will calculate or increase the items count and categorize these items. We will show this all the details in this cart once he selected, once he add in this cart. So we have multiple functionality which is based on this Java. So we have, and after that we are doing some test cases here. So see this cart controller exception advice test.java is there. Why? Because we have written some of the uh, main class. So Java class we have written cart controller. So in that cart controller we written, but some of the test cases we have to write to check the validation, either is this correct or not. If users is adding something as a different, then you will get a users will get a exception. So see here we have a assert. Everywhere we see in assert not null is there, assert not null and all. So in assert also have one not null concept is there. So this will check this test handle all the exceptions, means the sum of the uh, response entity is there. So we created a reference for that, and we are calling this cart controller exception advice. So this is main Java. So we are calling this Java dot this method. So this method is handle all the exception. So inside this exception we have a new exception, test error or web request is there. So in this, suppose if this is satisfied, this condition is fine. If any handles, test handles all the exceptions. If any errors are will happen in this case, then we have a not null. So this not null means this error response will come. So this error response from the assertion will come. So mostly if you seen here assertion, ASSERT. So mostly we are using in this Java assert not null. So assert not null is coming from where? JUnit. So this is also in this JUnit. If you see what is assert not null, you will find here. Assert not null method means pass parameter must be null. If it is not null, the test cases will fail. So like that we have a assert not null. This is part of JUnit, so that we are using. So mostly we seen assert we are using for this testing purpose. So in this we have a multiple methods will be there while we use in assert. So this we completed here, or if you want you can see in your the project somewhere in real-time project. You can download here from anywhere, GitHub or any of the Java guide, and see either we are using assert or not. If we are using, then from which conditions and how we are using. So mostly we are checking the conditions. If satisfied is fine, if not, then we will show some print message, so that errors will be generated for that. So easily users can understand from which purpose my particular line of execution not happen. So like that we completed assertion, and tomorrow we will go for this string. So a string is a main part of Java core concept, a string and array. So array we almost completed. Now we will complete a string. A string in Java. So this is the concept which we will cover. So last time we discussed array. So array we are creating with this brackets. So this bracket and then all the arrays we will declare. Now this string is a collection of characters. By using double quote we are declaring a string. So this is a string. So how we will create a string, how we will calculate the string value, how we will replace, how we will do the compare of the two strings and all. So that we will complete tomorrow, but in this string we have a big concept is there. Inside we have multiples method which we are using on daily basis. So if you search here in this project also, mostly we are using everywhere a string. See, in this project mostly we are using many where we are a string. So this is wrapper, but mostly we are using main method and test method. So in main method and test method, see everywhere we are using test string.
What is wrapper?
Wrapper also we will show you. After this string we have a wrapper class also. So wrapper class in Java. So wrappers, after this string we will cover this wrappers. So see here. So wrapper class provide a way to use a primitive data type int boolean as an object. So whatever the data type is there, like byte, short, int, long, flat, doubles and all are there, right? All are the data type, byte, short, int, long, float, doubles, which we seen in this typecasting, right? So these all are the primitive data type. So for this primitive data type, if you convert as a object, so this data type if you want to convert as a object, so that our Java will be purely object oriented programming. So Java is right now not a purely object oriented programming. Why? Because of this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, this 9 data type is there, so that is not a purely object oriented programming. So if for that cases what we need, this data type for have to convert as a object. So how you will convert as an object? By using wrapper class. So wrapper class has provided, if you make byte as a byte and a starting letter will be capital, then this is a wrapper class part. Sort as a sort, starting all the letters should be capital for all the data type. So this will be wrapper class. So wrapper class is nothing but it is providing a facility to convert this primitive data type as a object, means wrapper class. So now this byte is wrapper class part, means it's a purely object oriented. This is sort, purely object oriented, integer purely object oriented, long, and this byte is not a purely object oriented because this data type is not a object, it's purely object. But this, so how you will convert into wrappers, so we will see in this next. Like see, this is the way where we have to create a wrapper. So if you put it as an integer, because always it should start from capital letter. So we are printing a data type int I equal to 10, right? So that is a primitive data type. If you printed integer I equal to 5, means this is wrapper class, wrapper object. So these all are the wrapper object. So here what we make, integer, double d equal to 5.9, character c equal to a. But in integer primitive what we mention, int, double, all are a small letter.
Yes, you got it. Yeah.
So like that. So we will cover this one later after this string.
Okay.
So tomorrow we will cover this one a string, and then after that we will go for this wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 3 to 4 section is remaining. After that your core Java will be completed. Then we will go for the others, database, then React, and then Yeah, database reacts and all, and then some of the tools related for Jenkins, how we will deploy the code, how we will use the cloud and all. So that we will go.
Okay.
So here we are closing now. If you have any doubt, let me know. Or else you can go parallelly for this. Last time we discussed enum, and today I discussed assertion. So you can go through that. If any doubt, tomorrow we'll discuss them.
Okay. Thank you, Majid.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.